Okay. I feel like I keep getting stuck in the reprogramming parts of the DRE, and I'm concerned that my ego is still blocking that part. I've only once so far actually felt a healing. When I'm down there, I get caught up in the reality of the trigger, aka what happened earlier, and I'm experiencing resistance to conjure in my imagination the people or myself changing it. Perhaps I subconsciously believe I don't actually have the power to reprogram it. Am I taking the process too literally?
Absolutely. The best advice I can give for you down there is do what works. Whatever works to make you feel a healing. So you don't have, when those prompts are going, you can even zone out and go into your own place and do your own thing, which I often do. I use it like a Russian roulette. I'm like, is this the thing I need to feel healed? Is this the thing I need to feel healed? And the most important thing you're doing down there, even if it's not a full healing, what is so much more important is that you are in your power at the end of it. So whatever that triggered circumstance is that roots back to your childhood, even if you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I changed the way that my dad spoke to me that time and now he's my biggest supporter inside this, deep imagining vision, whatever works for you to feel like you got your power and worth back out of that particular memory, that's all you need to be focused on. So even if you have to zone out what's happening down there, or you have to wait till the music at the very end to kind of do your own thing until you search and find what that's going to be for you, don't take it literally, don't be perfect, really follow your intuition so that you can match your needs of what needs to happen. What about you, Lila, when you're doing the DRE or reprogramming, do you have any tips on that when you're down there?
Well, I was gonna say, I do, when I first started doing them, I would try so hard to like show myself something or to bring myself somewhere or to like imagine it, to kind of like reprogram it physically in my brain instead of kind of letting my subconscious show me the way. And that was hard for me to let go of, but because I love to overanalyze and control and be like, I do this because, and like come up with it on my own. So it did take me a little bit of time to be able to learn to just let go of the need to answer my own questions and just kind of let myself drop in with no expectations and know like, okay, I'm gonna go through, even doing the DRE, it's helpful for me to have a specific thing in mind, but I almost like, if I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety or feeling a little bit of like anger about something that happened, instead of going in with that specific thing, I just like go in with that feeling and the emotion that I'm experiencing at the moment and kind of let my subconscious show me and it's kind of amazing because it starts to show me things that that aren't immediately connected to.
And that's the point, to get to those.
Exactly, because that's kind of what has caused that trigger
to love that.
So I guess it's just kind of like letting go and not having anything specific in mind, and you will find the answer that way, or I have.
Another tip, that has been applicable to this, because I've really been trying to practice a lot more mindfulness. That's my whole intention this year, which I can't wait to come out with stuff of how to do manifestation and mindfulness, I'm really starting to get ideas on that, but I love it. So a healer that I work with that you guys have heard on here before or will hear on here, and you can see on our healers page, her name's Laura, and she's a Reiki master and all sorts of great things. And she gave me this little tidbit in our last session, which I guess is a yogic form of mindfulness, is that when you are talking or in conversation or there's music around, or in this case, I think it's very helpful, I've done this as well, is to listen to the vibration of the sound of the voice. So like in that you would listen to, you would focus on the sound of my voice, which will take you right out of your head of trying to control and just submitting to being mindful and letting it go where it goes. So I think those 3 tips in general should be enough for this person to kick off, or anyone else who's having trouble down there. I was starting to see, and this will be part of pumping up those workshops that are in the pathway, but I was starting to see in the Facebook group, somebody was like, I'm bored doing the same DRE every day. It's like when I go to the gym, I don't want the same playlist. And it's like, but it doesn't have to be the same. Like if you really surrender and stop controlling and you just are ready to go on a journey, it will be different every day for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like you said, listening to the vibration, I've stopped like focusing on all the steps you're telling us to take and just kind of like sink down with the rhythm of the voice.
Yeah.
And that has been really, really helpful.
Perfect.